How do you start making art? Let's talk about it. This, ironically, is a question that almost never came up in my 11 years of teaching middle school and high school art. Young people and students didn't seem to struggle with the concept of how you start something. And this is likely due to the fact that most of their life at that point is trying new things. Every year they walk into a new science class, a new literature class, a new history class, and they have to learn how to do new things. So trying something new is just not that intimidating or strange to them. Where this question comes frequently, though, is from adults who want to start drawing or painting or sculpting, and they feel so overwhelmed by the amount of options that there are, the different kinds of media, and also in the back of their minds, I think frequently, they're worried that they're getting too late of a start. So, what is the first thing that you need to do if you want to start making art? Well, I think the wisest thing to do is to start simple and to pick just one thing. Don't try to simultaneously take on printmaking, painting, drawing, and sculpting. Pick a single thing. Even in that single thing, you can hone in. Let's just say, for the sake of argument, that you're going to start with drawing, because so many people do. If we want to do other videos later on the other ones, we can do that. But let's start with drawing. Well, just pick up a pencil. Get yourself a cheap sketchbook that's maybe $5 to $10 and just start drawing. Now, when you open up that first page, it's likely going to be very intimidating because you're going to have expectations forming, which can lead to disappointment. You're going to open that first page and go, whatever I do here is going to set the tone for whatever I do moving forward. So maybe just start by writing on that first page. Just write on that first page, this is my first sketchbook. I am going to learn how to draw. Be careful, don't judge me. Sign current day me to future me, or something like that. Just do something to create a mark on that first page and cut through that blank canvas syndrome, the fear of that blank page. Just start with something. After that, frankly, I would just start drawing things that are around your space. Use your eyes. Don't look things up yet. Just use your eyes. Look around and try to replicate things that you see. If you're sitting at the kitchen counter, draw that pair of scissors. Draw a fork, a spoon, a bowl, all of these things. The basic objects that sit around in your daily life are going to translate into all kinds of forms that allow you to build robots and people and dragons and all kinds of things later on. But you have to start with the basics. From there, just kind of getting your feet wet in things, start moving into drawing spheres and cubes, basic shapes that again will make up everything as you move throughout life. At this point, you should probably only really be working with lines, though you could start bringing in some rudimentary shading. But the goal here is really not about progressing this skill, and I don't want to take this conversation in a direction that implies that if you want to learn how to draw, you need to be building all your skills. Most of us want that. But maybe you don't. Maybe your desire is just to get into it to have fun. Well then, just start drawing. Break the ice, start moving through things, draw those objects in your daily life, look up art from people that you enjoy their artwork, and start working on copying things. Over a really long period of time, you can work on something like developing your style, so you could lay the groundwork for what your style might be at some point, but don't worry about any of that stuff at the beginning. In fact, in the beginning, I would say just don't worry. As long as you are putting things on the page, as long as you are drawing in some capacity, some fashion, you're good. We can work on building skills later. We can work on building some good habits later. At the beginning, it's just about building one habit in particular, the habit of making art frequently. Well, if this is painting, it's going to be those same kind of things. If it's sculpture, I would get some clay and just start messing around with it. They have awesome Sculpey clays that can bake in your oven, just things to kind of get your feet wet with the medium and play with it. All in all, though, don't fear getting started. I know that there's anxiety and there's stress about diving into a new artistic medium, especially if you haven't done it before or haven't done it in a long time. The biggest thing I want you to take from this is just dive in at the beginning. And if you're wanting some more advice on how to proceed after that point, let me know in the comments below, and I'm sure we can put together some resources for you. If I can't do it, there's a lot of people on this platform who can help you out, and I can point you in those directions. Well, as always, thank you for listening. Have a good one, y'all. See you soon.